Learn this easy phrasing concept and start playing licks that are faster than a cheetah on a speedboat. Scope it out. Well, hey there kids, it's your good buddy Uncle Ben. Earlier today I was doing some exercising on our piece of shit elliptical machine here at home, and I thought to myself, I need something fun to watch while I shred away this beer weight. So I opened up YouTube and headed over to one of my favorite channels, the source of all picking wisdom, Troy Grady. A couple months ago he did a series of videos detailing the incredible playing habits of the wonder from down under himself, Frank Gambale. In the video series, Troy goes amazingly in-depth about the mechanics and phrasing choices that make Frank's lightning speed picking possible. And one of the first phrasing concepts that they talk about is one that Gambale uses all the time, where he plays 3 consecutive upstrokes and then a downstroke to kind of reset the pattern and keep it moving. And in this video I'm going to show you guys a couple of the different ways that I'm already using this concept in my own playing. Before we get shredding, let's hear that tasty solo again at stepdad speed. As always, downloadable tabs, charts, backing tracks, bonus lessons, and so much more are available to everybody who supports my channel over on patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Earlier this week I uploaded a brand new video just for my loyal Patreon supporters, and it's part of a new Patreon exclusive series that I call The Lick Doctor. In this series, I take a look at videos that my Patreon supporters have sent me of them playing something that they're trying to improve on, and then I give some detailed feedback on what they can do to make it more better. For example, in the flagship episode that I uploaded earlier this week, I helped my good buddy John improve his picking skills, working through that awesome phrase that Randy Rhoads plays at the start of his solo of Over the Mountain. I want to help you play more better, and it all begins by supporting my channel at patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Thanks. For my gear setup today, I'm using my beloved Suhr Modern Satin through the Fractal Audio Axe FX 3. To enhance my tone, I took this DoD grunge pedal and didn't use it. Hot licks deserve a cold drink. Topo Chico is numero uno. Whenever I first heard about economy picking, I thought to myself,
what's that for? People that can't afford first class picking?
But little did I know it's actually an incredibly useful technique for super slick, speedy licks. But there's one thing you gotta understand about how to use this thing when you're economy picking. This economy picking is like a painting. Let's say you're painting a wall. Whenever you're painting a wall, you don't take the paintbrush and put it against the wall flat like this, right? When we're painting down the wall, the paintbrush is angled this away, and when we're painting up the wall, we angle it the opposite way, just to go with the flow. And when we use economy picking, it's no different. If I'm doing consecutive downstrokes, my pick is going to be angled like this, and if I'm doing connecting ups, it's going to be angled the opposite way. And I'm definitely exaggerating here for camera's sake. You don't have to add in all that much break angle to get that pick flowing smoothly across the strings. Now, the phrasing concept that we're going to be using in today's video uses an extensive amount of connecting upstrokes like this. By introducing just a little bit of that break angle into my picking, I'm able to do those connecting upstrokes a lot more smoothlier than I was if I was playing with the pick flat. But this also has a second valuable side effect. So with the pick held in this angle, you'll notice that those ups just really flow from string to string very nicely. But then whenever you do downstrokes, it kind of tends to pop away from the face of the guitar like this. Notice how that downstroke kind of caught some airtime. I'm no longer like stuck inside of the strings, I'm traveling away from them. Let's say that I had a lick that had 3 consecutive upstrokes, and then I want to play that idea again, whether it's the same lick or maybe it's the same concept in a different part of the scale or something. Instead of playing 1 note on that last string, like that, if I make it 2 notes instead, that means I have a chance to escape the strings with one of those downstrokes. Up, 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 down. See how that downstroke put me outside of the strings? Now I'm free to re-execute the idea over and over. And this is something that Frank does all the time in his playing, whether it be an arpeggio-based thing or a scalar-based thing. Without that additional downstroke, I would just be kind of stuck in the strings, and I'd have to, again, hurdle over them like that to restart the lick, which is really hard at high speeds.
How to practice this shit?
To get this phrasing concept down mechanically, let's first just mute the strings and try doing up on the E, up on the B, up on the G, and then a single down on the G. I've got my metronome here set to 80 BPM and it's subdividing as triplets like this. Triplet, 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 triplet. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. This phrasing idea is one where I definitely don't want you guys to skimp on the size of that downstroke. Again, the downstroke isn't just sounding a note, it's resetting the whole idea. That way we can execute it again. So whenever you do that downstroke, I want you guys to really exaggerate that thing and get it out and away from the strings, and more importantly, like back under the high E string here for the first couple licks. Doing it with a really tiny downstroke like this does you no good. Right now your pick is hovering in the air just beyond the G string. It's nowhere near the high E where you need to be to restart the lick. When you play with a downstroke that's more pronounced like this, see, that not only struck that last note, but it put my pick all the way under the high E string so I can quickly snap through that and restart the lick. The first thing that I started messing around with this phrasing idea of up, 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 down for the reset was just to take fragments of the minor pentatonic scale and mess around with them. Up, 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 down. I was amazed at how easy it is just to plow through those strings and reset by putting that downstroke going outside of the strings like that. But then I started thinking about taking that same phrasing idea and applying it to arpeggios. For example, if I take the notes of an A minor 7 arpeggio, which are A, C, E, and G, I could rearrange them in a way that features that 1, 1, 1, 2 kind of phrasing if I do it this way. C, A, G, E. Up, 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 down. So after I got a feel for that phrasing idea, I made a simple A minor, A Dorian kind of backing track and just started improvising, seeing what all ways I could incorporate this concept. So let's check out some of those hot licks and go in depth about how you can play them more goodlier. Okay, so that jam track is based around like an A minor 7 kind of tonality. Sometimes it's got the 6 in there too to give it that kind of Dorian vibe that I like. Kind of perfect, you know, jazz fusion sort of turf. And I started that off here with this phrase that again uses the triple up down kind of concept. I've got C, A, G, E. Again, those are the notes of our A minor 7 arpeggio. And again, you can see that I'm getting that with 3 consecutive ups and then that downstroke right there that frees my pickup to go to wherever string I want to. I chose to go to the root and flat 7, A and G after that. After that, my mind started to wander, as it often does, back to our old friend, the A minor gin and tonic scale. The minor pentatonic scale seems tailor-made for these kinds of licks, considering it has that nice solid back wall that's a perfect spot to put these consecutive upstrokes. So in that pattern, I played a single note on the E, a single note on the B, and then 2 notes on the G. Again, same phrasing as this, just taking place in the minor pentatonic scale down here. And then just to highlight that kind of more Dorian tonality, played something here with like the 6 and the flat 7 and all that kind of stuff. Now the timing that I've been using on those quick upward sweeps is 16th note triplets, sometimes called sextuplets. That's the sound that we get whenever we cram 6 notes into a single beat. You can articulate this by saying triplet, triplet across a single beat, or by saying meedly, 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 meedly. Whatever floats your boat. Triplet, triplet. Triplet, triplet. And when I play those fast 16th note triplets like that, I'm really concentrating on the final note in the series, the downstroke. And I'm accenting that last note there, the downstroke, extremely hard so I can stay on rhythm better. In fact, I'm actually playing all the notes in this really hard. I find that by attacking them hard like that, it actually makes my timing a lot better. Because if I was doing that like really lightly and just kind of letting it glide over the strings, it's like I can't really feel that in my hand all that much. But whenever I'm really like bashing into the next string with every consecutive upstroke, and it kind of like stops my pick, you know, it's almost like I can feel the timing in that better. Plus, I really love how aggressive it sounds. Now, the next phrases that I played here are based on more A minor pentatonic and A minor 7 ideas and that same up, 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 down phrasing concept. The first couple licks here, though, are based on 16th notes, 1 ienda, 2 ienda, or 4 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever phrasing concept you're trying to get down, it's important to practice it with multiple different time feels. That way you can use it in any situation musically. And honestly, I actually find these slower 16th notes to be a lot harder to play and keep in time than their speedier 16th note triplet cousins. The first of these phrases is based in A minor pentatonic, and we're going to start off here by hitting E, C, and then we're going to play 2 notes here on the 4th string. It's going to be an A and a G. E, C, A, G. Those are, again, the 4 notes that are in an A minor 7 arpeggio. Here's the next phrase. It goes G, D, C, A. Now most of those notes, the G, the C, and the A, we can find in our A minor 7 arpeggio, but the D note in here sounds out as an 11th. 11ths have the unique property of making your jazz chords and arpeggios more expensive by 20%. And I go back and forth between those positions a couple of times, and again, they're all phrased up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down. And then we got this tricky licky. Now again, I deliberately made this to show you guys how you can mix up the timing of your licks. It's boring to play solos that are just mealy, 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 or 16th notes. This lick is a good example of how I would do that within this phrasing concept. Let's take away the notes so you can hear the rhythm more better. Can you hear how that's going from 1 16th note triplet to 3 16th notes? Triplet, da, 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 triplet, da, da, da. So you got the 3 ups here as a really quick, 16th note triplet, and then you just walk down C, B, and A there as 16th notes. And that last lick is a series of 16th note triplets, again, all executed the exact same way, going through all the different positions of the minor pentatonic scale. Let's go through them one by one. The first one here goes A, E, D, C. And again, there I am pronouncing that downstroke. That way it's under the high E, so I can rip through the next segment of the lick, which starts off right here. Notice I'm using my second finger. I'm going to play C, G, E, D. A lot of people have trouble with those rolls using the first and second fingers. They're a pain in the ass, really. But again, it's like when you do it fast, when you kind of get this technique down, it's actually easier than trying to articulate that and do it really slowly. So good luck with that. The next phrase here is going to be D, A, G, E. Notice I'm starting that with my second finger again, going to my little finger and first finger. Next we're going to have A, C, A, G. That's just your A minor 7 arpeggio again right there. And then we're going to come up to this lick right here. Again, another one that leads with the second finger. G, D, C, A. And then after this, we're back in the position that we started at, just an octave higher. What a perfect place to then hit this G note, this flat 7, and take it up to a whole step bend up to a root note of A. All these hot licks brought to you by Australian shred monster Frank Gambale and the incredible technical analysis of Troy Grady. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to go over to Troy Grady's channel and watch all the Frank Gambale stuff. It's insane how in-depth and how technical and how analytical and stuff they got on what makes Frank able to do these impossible phrases with his unique picking style. And be sure to leave him a nice comment telling him Uncle Ben sent you. Thanks again so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for new stuff coming at you every single week. And if you like what you see and want more and want to help support my channel and get access to all kinds of cool shit, be sure to support my channel over on patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Well guys, it's been fun as always, but it's about time for me to eat some dinner, drink a cold beer, and start figuring out other ways I can incorporate this awesome picking strategy into my playing. But as for you guys, it's practice time, so get away from the computer and go play some guitar. Less clicking, more picking.